When the U.S. Supreme Court's McGirt ruling was announced on July 9th, some Oklahoma leaders said they didn't think it would result in dramatic changes in how the state operates, while others adopted a wait-and-see attitude. Now it appears the ruling may indeed have far-reaching implications. ONR's Jason Doyle has our reports.
Changes to process and protocol. It's what law enforcement and governments within the Muskogee Creek Nation's reservation are working through. Since the Supreme Court's McGirt decision, the workload has increased for the U.S. Attorney's Office based in Tulsa.
In about the first 3 to 4 weeks since the decision, we've been referred over 114 cases that typically would have gone to the state district attorney's office. So it has been literally a flood of cases coming our direction.
U.S. Attorney Trent Shore says his office is working closely with area police departments, district attorneys' offices, and the Muskogee Creek Nation to make sure major crimes move through the correct judicial system. His office also is helping police identify jurisdictional issues in the field with an information card.
It fits perfectly in your jacket pocket or up in the visor of your car, and this little information card provides officers with kind of a once over the world of questions that they need to be asking, or provides a chart that shows the jurisdictional status of when they encounter a situation, what they need to be looking at.
During a forum explaining the McGirt decision impact this week, Muskogee Creek Assistant Attorney General Kyle Haskins says the tribe is here to help, not hinder justice being served.
I will tell you that Chief Hill and Second Chief Beaver, they are good and honorable men. They're giving us every opportunity to make sure that we do the right things. No one has more of an interest in law and order throughout the Muskogee Creek Nation, throughout these historical reservation boundaries, than the Muskogee Creek Nation.
That includes expanding the tribe's criminal justice system.
We are, expanding our law enforcement as well as our district and Attorney General's department. So we're doing everything we need to do. We're just growing.
Muskogee Creek Principal Chief David Hill has created the Muskogee Reservation Preservation Commission to examine issues related to its sovereignty in light of the recent Supreme Court decision.
It's broken down into 8 different subject matter area that we have. One being tribal law enforcement and safety, business entities and land and taxes, government to government relationships.
Some legal analysts believe McGirt opens the door for the 5 tribes to expand their sovereignty.
Especially in the creeks, they've stated would like to have agreements for non-tribal members' jurisdiction and police powers and taxation and things like that.
During an online forum by the Oklahoma Council of Public Affairs, it was noted McGirt is having an influence outside of criminal law. The 7th Circuit Court of Appeals recently applied McGirt to a civil law case involving a tribe's annual festival on its reservation, but within its city limits.
The panel decided unanimously that McGirt applied and that the tribe was not required to get a permit for any activities because despite the fact that the reservation goes into city limits.
McGirt is likely to have a long-lasting impact on how tribal nations work with local and state governments.
Because I think the tribes have very quickly woke up to the fact that, oh my gosh, right? We now have enormous leverage to get a whole bunch of other things that we want in terms of taxation and regulation. It's never going to get better than this.
Chief Hill confirms that his tribal government is exploring things like taxation and regulation. However, he wants to work with the cities within the tribe's territory.
We're looking at that. The city of Okmulgee reached out to the mayor, the new mayor, and he definitely really wants to work with us. And that's some of the things that's going to be discussed with this commission group. What is the best way to handle this?
As the governments work together to address the issues they face, their partnerships are the foundation for moving forward.
I'll tell you, while the McGirt decision changed our jurisdictional responsibilities, it did not change the partnerships that we have in place. Historically, Oklahomans have really done a better job of working together than any other place in the country when it comes to state, federal, and tribal law enforcement and justice officials.
Jason Doyle, the Oklahoma News Report.